Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Friday. Friday is request day, and today's map was requested by the creator. Is it any good? Well, according to the BonBon buddies over on Patreon, who decided it should be voted in and reviewed today, they reckon it must be. But it did only win by one sole singular solitary vote. So it was a close one. We could have been doing a different map today. That's how close it was. So, the creator. And they've got a bit of a reputation for being a little bit of a star. A smarty, you might say. They are the responsible creator for the last 2 all-star maps. Those are the ones that have got 5 stars in all 3 categories. So they've got something to live up to. Today's map, is it any good? Well, yes it is. Is it an all-star map? There's only one way to find out, and that's to skip right to the end. No. Stick with me while we make our way to the end. Anyway, now it's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does help to support the channel. Please do hit that like button. It gets me seen by more people, and that's what we need. We need the show to keep going. Help me keep the show going. Right, today's map is Vernon in Full by Zosso. You already knew it was Zosso. It is Zosso. It's based on a real-life location, not an exact representation of it, but a likeness. There's your start square right there. And what about the resources? The resources, we are using oil for snow because we're using the Alps Dolomites theme, but you've got a little bit of ore going on and some fertile land as well, which is all good. Right, there is a one-click collection, but the list is there on the right. Hit the pause button now if you like. There is a full colour correction, which is the one that is intended to be used, so that's what I'm using. Personally, though, I prefer both the Relight Warm and the Clarity LUTs to today's LUT. In fact, if I used one of the other 2, I think I would have preferred it aesthetically. But let's not go down that path, shall we? I'm just having trouble, I think, with the colours and not popping enough. I've got that red-green colour blindness thing going on, and I just find this a little bit soft and mushy. And maybe that's what it's supposed to look like. I don't know, because I wouldn't know if you slapped me in the face with a colour vision chart. I really wouldn't. Anyway, the roads, of course, are very nice indeed. We've got 3 connections, and yeah, there it's Zosso. So just enjoy it, okay? Just enjoy it. There's not going to be too much wrong with this map. Gone elevated here, and then just smoothly transitioning back down to ground level. Very nice and beautifully done. Can't grumble too much at all. Now, if anything, as much as I'm loving the full aesthetic and such, I'm feeling, if anything, there's a little bit of lack of detailing across the map. I know it's a dumb thing to say, a dumb thing, but tell me if you feel the same. If you feel it's just a bit bland. It could be the fact that the theme isn't so popping. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Anyway, here's your main intersection. Everything's looping around very nicely. If we go this way, you would head right off to the edge of the map. I've got the fog switched off as well because I felt that was dimming the colours a little bit also. So there is no edge of map fog today. But if we come back this way, there is a little problem. Just a wee little problem. Don't get too excited. It's also, and yet we have a little bit of intersection glitching. Yeah. Ooh. What's going on, Zosso? Was this map pushed out in a hurry or something? I don't know. But anyway, we then have a beautifully slowly tapered down ramp here. Now, one thing we've been looking at recently is being able to see whether you can check for traffic coming over your shoulder before merging onto a highway. And if we have a look over our shoulder here, we can see the traffic coming down the ramp. I'm happy with that. I mean, it's a little bit obscured, but I'm happy. That's fine. And if you're happy too, hit the subscribe button. Anyway, we're now merging our 2 lanes onto a 2-lane road onto the bridge. The Bay Bridge, the very nice Bay Bridge, Bisquickelhausen's Bay Bridge, if I remember rightly. I must check that. If only thing I find with this is maybe it looks a bit squished together. I mean, normally see the stretched out much larger arc on the old suspension bits there, but it's still a very nice bridge. I just feel that maybe could have been stretched out maybe 25% more. That's just a thought. Anyway, now something really weird's going to happen. Yes, something very weird indeed. 2 lanes, yeah? 2 lanes, 2 lanes, splits. Yeah? 4 lanes. What? Why? 4 lanes here as well. And the arrows are indicating you could do a U-turn. What? No. Weird. Very, very strange. Why are we 4-laning it? Must be a very good reason. Okay, well, let's have a look up here, see what happens next. Well, then we've got an intersection like this. This is actually the start square intersection, leads down towards the start, down that way. But look at this. This is 2 lanes. So 4 lanes to 2 lanes, and it carries on as 2 lanes. So it's just this stretch of highway, which is 4 lanes. Now, is this asset limitations? Because we are looking at a specific asset here, obviously. Is that an asset limitation? I don't know. I don't think so. And if it is, then my suggestion is you don't use that asset. That's my instinct. But anyway, it tapers lovely into the ground. 2 lanes all the way. And then we're going to see something very cute. I'm actually really quite taken by this. Completely pointless, but cute. It goes down to 1 lane, just for the end bit. Highway ramps, just that last bit. I think that's cute. Anyway, here's your start square. Now, looks nice and flat, doesn't it? Lovely, nice flat build plane. Let's turn on the terrain lines. Not very flat at all. Actually, this is going to be a somewhat challenging. Not saying it's a bad map because it's got hills on it, but challenging, yes, definitely. There's not much flat space for a start square. No, look, hang on a second. Let's have a look over it. Look, this is nice. For a start square, I'd like to see a little bit more flat space, personally. But doesn't mean that it's bad. I mean, honestly, you can get started there, can't you? Definitely get started there. So I'm just being a little bit sort of like I'm a bit of a beginner. I'm a bit rubbish and I would like it made easy for me, but not everybody is like me, and I'm not going to mark down on that. Anyway, lovely nice bit of elevated highways tapered in nicely, and then we're going back up to 4 lanes again. It's this asset again, isn't it? Look, it just goes from 2 up to 4 and it loops around. It's very nicely done. It's just very, and then immediately back down to 2 lanes again. I'm not sold on it, if I'm honest with you. 4 lanes would make some kind of sense in some locations, but that just doesn't do anything in my head, I'm afraid. A little bit of a detailing issue, I would suggest. Underneath here, nothing growing underneath there, that's fine. Maybe some shrubs and low grasses maybe, but certainly no trees, which is a good point as well. But that's what I think this map is missing in places. Underneath there, some shrubs maybe would be nice, possibly. But hey, what we've got is very nice. What we've got is very nice indeed. Just seems to be missing. Maybe I am missing. Maybe I've subscribed to everything and some of it isn't showing up in my game. Possibly. But then I did actually have a look at the thumbnails and the pictures on Steam. It does seem to kind of match up. I don't know. It's very weird. If I'm missing a load of stuff, can you please let me know in the comments? Now you're going to see something very cinematic coming up in a moment. Sorry, let's get back to the map. Something very cinematic indeed. Are you ready? Anybody for Harry Potter? Maybe not. Okay. If that wasn't cinematic enough for you, how about a little trip to the Far East? Because I know how much you enjoy the Far East. Oh, hello, nice little bridge here. That's nicely done. Yes. because we're using these elevated train sections, which are like little walls, aren't they? Quite wide walls. And then as we come to these ridges, past this little bit here, this is all good. These ridges here looks a bit like the Great Wall of China from above. If you squint a little bit, you're squinting. Yeah, me too. Great Wall of China, everybody. Anyway, that's about it from here. Let's head over to Assetville for today's asset review. What have we got today? Well, we are going to have a look at the Modern Dutch Corner 1 by Gerenable. Gerenable is an unsung hero, and I'm now going to sing them. I think this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I've no idea where they get their inspiration from, where they get their, I don't know, their skill from. This is just top of the something, isn't it? What is it? Top of the architectural landscape? No, I don't know. Top of the lack of English I have. English, I have no English today. I would be Yoda. I can't even do a Yoda. That's how bad my English is today. Modern Dutch Corner 1 by Gerenable. That is going straight into Asset World. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, anybody for a trip to Themington Island? I think we should, you know. This week's theme is the deluxe theme by Uritar with Sea's Milky Tropic LUT, and of course this turns up in game as the Yes Land theme. So yeah, if you subscribe to this, you're looking for Yes Land theme in game. Right, okay, let's have a look at factoids, because factoids, why not? Fears. One of the most common of all fears is that of public speaking. I suffer from that badly. I couldn't talk to strangers. I really couldn't. Oh, hello. I can't speak now. That's probably why I can't speak. It's probably why I lose my language, is fear. Mary Mallon spent the last 23 years of her life in prison because, through no fault of her own, she was a typhoid carrier. That must be, obviously, society's fear of typhoid rather than actually her fear of being with the public. I've got a couple more for tomorrow, and then that'll be the end of the week. That'll be the end of our talk on fears. Okay, shall we head back? Shall we head back to Vernon in Fall? I think we should, and have a look at the shipping routes. What has Zosso provided for us? Well, we got one that runs right the way across the corner of the map, right there. That's okay, isn't it? Then we got a couple down here. We got this one which dead ends just up there. That's fine. And then we got one down here which comes up here, and it will split. And we'll have one that will go up this way. Yep, and one that will go all the way down there, almost to the end. All good. All very, very good. Water flow. Now, you'll have to take my word on this one, okay? The rivers work as rivers. We'll actually be having a look at the rivers. But let's have a look and see whether the lakes have got water flow, because we know that the rivers have. Yeah, we've got water flow going in that lake, and we've got water flow going in that lake. And we have just a little bit of water flow going in that lake. That's fine, that's enough. And this one, yeah, plenty of water moving in that one as well. Yes, all good work. Now we will go down and have a little look-see at the lakes. Well, we've done the lakes. Let's come down. Yeah, let's go down. Have a look at the lakes and the rivers. I think we should. Now, once again, I'm feeling that possibly some of these river edges, the banks and whatever, might be lacking a little bit in something. A little bit of detailing here and there. And we've got some nice stuff going on here and there. But it does feel, I mean, compared to some of Zosso's other work, the maps that have just like shone and got to those the 555 stars, this one just feels a little bit bland in place. I mean, it's still beautiful. Yeah, I'll give you that. And I would find it more so if we were using, I think the one of the real. So actually, we'll go with the clarity. Hang on a second. We'll go downstream. We'll go over the bridge because, yeah, I think clarity is the LUT I would use for this one. I would much prefer it, but hey, we're going with the preferred LUT. This is a very nice river exit, very pretty actually. Almost used that for the thumbnail, very nearly. And that goes down into the lake. But we have here a little river running in out here. Now we're going upstream now, and there will be a little change of biome. Oh yes, a little something special coming up in a few moments. I've got to say, we could go left or right here. They're both going to end up back at the same place, underneath the bridge. And yes, now the rock detailing along here, I'm really buying into. I'm feeling that these rocks have been moved downstream. Here we go, like these. I'm absolutely totally buying into these rocks. Does feel like they're being shunted downstream by the water, and it's just really quite nice, very nice indeed. And it's going all the way up this little river here. It's just a nice bit of, yeah, complaining about lack of detailing. I notice these things. This is good. Now anyway, change of biome coming now. Are you ready? I'm loving this next bit. I really am. As we go up into the mountain top. Glacier, but it's not really a glacier. Or is it a glacier? I don't know. Is it a glacier? Or is it just snow? I think it's just snow. But I'm loving that. As a water source, I'm quite often moan about water sources, don't I? Completely buying into this one. This is great works or so. I love it. Absolutely. Probably my favourite part of the whole map. Which is a shame when it's a map about autumn and I'm oohing and ahhing over the snowy area. Yeah, that's BonBonB for you. That is BonBonB. I hate the snow as well, and prefer that to autumn. Weird. Poor old BonBonB. Yeah, we've got plenty of build plane. It's all, well, build space. Of course, it's not the flattest of maps. Your chance now, of course, to tell me where I'm wrong by voting on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Look at the red against the green. I'm struggling with the contrast in the colours there. I could have pumped it around with relights, but hey. But yeah, your vote really does count, because we'll include that in the end of the month, at the end of the month, in the viewer's choice chart show, of course. Okay, let's mark this thing up. Now, aesthetically, I very nearly marked it down to 3 stars because I'm not too happy with the LUT. But I've got to admit, overall, it does deserve the 4th star. So I'm going to give it the 4, although personally, it's edging more towards a 3 for me. Detailing's across the whole very good. Hardly anything wrong with it. A little bit of road glitching. Just feel there should be a little bit more, please, or so. Please. But gameplay potential. It's not an easy map to play, but it's still very playable. And I can't really mark it down from 5 stars. So 5 stars for gameplay potential. So that's a Vernon in full by Zosso. Just a little bit of a mumble grumble about the reds and the greens. Can it? Should it? Yeah, we'll do it. BonBonB seal of approval, of course. Of course it's going to get the BonBonB. Vernon in full, very nice map, and Zosso does know how to make very nice maps, doesn't he? Anyway, thanks very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for one more map in the What Map series, and we've got a quirky asset as well. As it's Halloween week, we might throw in a Halloweeny one. How about that? A map on screen that are now ready for your vote. It's on screen. Go and click through and on screen. And I'm going to stop talking now because my English has gone all Yoda. Have a great week, and I'll see you very, very soon.